Welcome to On Chemistry. This is Inorganic Chemistry series. We are seeing the concepts. Today we are going to see VSEPR theory. This video contains 63 solved examples with 3D animation. First, let us look at the formula. You should memorize it and you should memorize the table also. The formula is helping you to predict H. H is the steric number. H equals V plus B minus C whole divided by 2. Lone pair will be H minus B. You will learn it better when we solve the problem. Here V is valency, B is bonded atom, C is charge, H3 mean sp2 hybridization, trigonal planar, 4 mean sp3 tetrahedral, 5 mean sp3d trigonal bipyramidal, 6 mean sp3d2 octahedral. So you should memorize both formula and table, and you should consider the fact that repulsion of lone pair is greater than lone pair, bond pair, and you should know the fact that size of the atom should be greater than size of the electron. Electron don't contribute to the structure visually. Before getting to that, you should know all the shapes, how the shapes appear three-dimensionally. Then only you can learn better and solve the problem better. So here I given trigonal planar, tetrahedral, trigonal bipyramidal, octahedral, square planar. All 5 are very usual. You should memorize it. And unusual shapes are bend, trigonal pyramidal, square pyramidal, Caesar and T-shape. So you should memorize all the shapes. You should be able to imagine without the atoms. Then where the lone pair come? This is a wonderful problem you have to solve. Always lone pair come in equatorial, except octahedral, 2 lone pair mean trans will come, and tetrahedral it should be on maximum angle. So these are the only difference. Lone pair come in different forms. So you should memorize the fact that lone pair always will be on equatorial. Here I given lone pair library. For that you have to memorize shape versus geometry. Geometry mean with lone pair of electron. Shape mean without lone pair of electron. Because size of the electron is way less than size of the atom. So shape is without electron. Here H3 mean one lone pair is bent. 4 mean one lone pair mean trigonal pyramidal. 2 mean bend. 5 mean one lone pair Caesar. 2 mean T-shape. 3 mean linear. 6 mean 1 is square pyramidal. 2 mean square planar, 3 mean T-shape, 4 mean linear. So you should remember the fact and it will help you to solve the problem. Here only one exception is there. You should also memorize that if oxygen comes, don't count for H but count for lone pair. Here I given xenon trioxide. Here xenon valency is 5. You should not count oxygen in the steric number. So 8 by 2, 4. On the contrary, if you look for lone pair, you should count oxygen. So answer will be 1 there. So if oxygen comes, steric number calculation you should not include. Here little note on valency. To master the structure prediction, you should memorize sp d block elements valency, which will be easy. You should memorize only for first atom, rest of the atom will be same. Suppose you are finding for boron, aluminum will be same. In the same way, fluorine is same, chlorine is same. So first atom you memorize, all other atom in the same group will be of same valency. If you memorize the valency only, you can master the whole structure prediction. Let us really get into the problem. Example number 1, IF7. Iodine. Iodine is the halogen. Valency is 7. Fluorine atom is the bonded atom, which is 7. If you look at our formula, V plus B minus C whole divided by 2 mean 14 by 2, 7. Lone pair mean H minus B, which is 7 minus 7 equals 0. H7 mean sp3 d3 hybridization, which is pentagonal bipyramidal. If you look at the geometry and shape, both are equal since there is no lone pair. You can look at it in 3-dimensional as well as 2-dimensional. 3-dimensional pentagonal has all 5 chlorine and 2 chlorine on axial above and below. So the shape of IF7 is pentagonal bipyramidal. Then we will look into second example, BrF5. Bromine is the halogen, fluorine also halogen. So bromine valence is 7, bonded atom is fluorine, which is 5. So the steric number is H equals 7 plus 5 minus 0 by 2, 12 by 2, 6. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 5 equals 1. So H6 means sp3d2 hybridization, which leads to the geometry of octahedral, but it has one lone pair, means lone pair is not visible, so the structure is square pyramidal. If you look at it, lone pair we write it as simply as 2 dots, or you can imagine in the 3D way by the 3D animation. So the shape of BrF5 is square pyramidal. Now the example 3, arsenic tetrachloride anion. Arsenic is nitrogen group, valency is 5, chlorine is the bonded atom, which is 4, charge is minus 1. If you substitute in the formula, which will give 10 by 2, which gives 5. Lone pair is H minus B, which is 5 minus 4 equals 1. One lone pair H5 means sp3d hybridization with one lone pair. One lone pair come in equatorial. So structure is like Caesar. Because electrons are not visible, the real structure will look like Caesar. Geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. Shape is Caesar. Now the example 4, ClF3. Chlorine valency is 7. Fluorine is the bonded atom, which is 3. So steric number will be 10 by 2 gives 5. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 5 minus 3 equals 2. H5 means sp3d hybridization. Geometry is trigonal bipyramidal, but you have two lone pair which come equatorial position. So shape will be look like T because lone pair is not visible. Shape is T. So the shape of ClF3 is T shape. Geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. Now example 5, which is IF4 plus iodine valency is 7. Fluorine is the bonded atom, which is 4. Steric number, if you look at it, H equals 10 by 2, which gives 5. Lone pair H minus B, which is 5 minus 4 equals 1. So one lone pair H5. H5 means sp3d hybridization, and one lone pair comes mean trigonal bipyramidal structure. In equatorial, you have one lone pair. One lone pair at equatorial leads to Caesar. Because lone pair is not visible, structure will look like Caesar. So geometry of IF4 plus is trigonal bipyramidal. Shape is Caesar. Now example 6, xenon trifluoride cation. Xenon is the inert gas, valency is 8. Fluorine is the bonded atom 3. And it has positive charge. If you substitute in the steric number formula, which is H equals 10 by 2 gives 5, and lone pair H minus B, which gives 2. So H5 lone pair 2 means sp3d hybridization with two lone pair. Two lone pair occupy equatorial position. So shape will be look like T. Lone pairs are not visible, only fluorine. So shape is T. So geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. Shape is T shape. Then the example 7, xenon tetrafluoride. Xenon valency is 8. Fluorine atoms are 4. So if you substitute in the steric number, H equals 12 by 2 gives 6. Lone pair will be H minus B, which gives 2. So H6 means sp3d2 hybridization. So geometry is octahedral, but you have two lone pair. Where the lone pair comes, lone pair repulsion is high, always with maximum angle. So what happens is it will be an axial position, fluorine on equatorial. So structure will be like square planar because lone pairs are not visible. So XeF4 shape is square planar, geometry is octahedral. Let us look at example 8. PCl4 minus. Phosphorus is central metal atom. Valency is 5. Chlorine atoms are 4. If you substitute in the H, 5 plus 4 minus of minus 1 by 2. 10 divided by 2 gives 5. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 5 minus 4 equals 1. So H5 means sp3d hybridization, which is trigonal bipyramidal. But you have one lone pair. Lone pair come in equatorial. So if you look at it, it will be like Caesar position. Because lone pair is very small, it is not visible. So it will be like Caesar. So geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. Shape is Caesar. Then let us look at example 9. IF5. I is iodine with valency of 7, which is halogen. Fluorine atoms are 5, which is bonded atom. If you substitute in the steric number, which gives H equals 12 by 2 gives 6. The lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 5 gives 1. So H6 means sp3d2 hybridization. So geometry is octahedral, but you have one lone pair in the system where it will come. In octahedral, all bonds are same, it can come anywhere. So the shape becomes square pyramidal there. So geometry is octahedral, shape is square pyramidal. Then let us look at example 10, which is I3 minus. It's a more frequent one. It will be asked in every examination. Iodine is the central metal atom. Bonded atom also iodine. So it's a normal confusion, which is central metal atom, which is the bonded atom. So both bonded atom and central metal atom are iodines. So central metal atom iodine means 7. Bonded iodines are 2. So minus charge is there. If you substitute in the H, which gives 10 by 2 gives 5. Lone pair will be 5 minus 2 gives 3. Here 3 lone pairs are there, but H is 5. So sp3d hybridization means trigonal bipyramidal. So 3 electron come in equatorial mean you have simple linear structure. Here lone pairs are more than the bonded atom. So that's why it gets importance. So I3 is linear. Let us look at the example 11, which is SpCl5 2 minus, it's a dianion. Sp is antimony, valency of 5, which is nitrogen group. Chlorine bonded atoms are 5. So if you substitute in the formula with 2 charges, it will give 12 by 2 gives 6. So lone pair will be H minus B, which gives 1. H6 means sp3d2 hybridization, which is octahedral with one lone pair. So lone pair come in anywhere, so it will become square pyramidal. So geometry of SpCl5 2 minus is octahedral. Shape is square pyramidal. Let us look at the example 12. BrF4 plus. Bromine is the halogen. Valency is 7. Fluorine atoms are 4. If you substitute in the formula, H equals 7 plus 4 minus of plus 1, which gives 10 by 2 5. And lone pair will be H minus B, which is 5 minus 4 equals 1. H5 means sp3d hybridization, which is trigonal bipyramidal. You have one lone pair. Lone pair come normally in equatorial position. So shape will be like Caesar. Caesar is the playing instrument. So if you look at it, the molecule exactly look like Caesar. So BrF4 plus shape is Caesar. Then let us look at the example 13. Selenium hexachloride. Here selenium is central metal atom. Valency is 6. Chlorine atoms are 6. So if you substitute in the steric number, H equals 6 plus 6 minus 0 by 2, which gives 12 by 2 6. So lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 6 equals 0. H6 means sp3d2 hybridization, which is octahedral. Since lone pair is 0, exactly the structure will be octahedral. Both geometry and shape is octahedral. Let us look at example 14. Xenon trichloride cation. Xenon is the inert gas with the octet, which is 8. Chlorine atoms are 3. If you substitute in our formula, one cation is coming. 8 plus 3 minus 1 divided by 2, which gives 10 by 2 gives 5. Lone pair will be H minus B, which gives 2. H5 means sp3d hybridization. Geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. But you have 2 lone pair in the system. Where it will come? It will come in the equatorial. 2 lone pair is invisible. So it will be like T shape. So geometry of XeCl3 is trigonal bipyramidal. Shape is T shape. Let us look at example 15. SF4. Sulfur valency is 6. Fluorine atoms are 4. Steric number, if you count it, means 6 plus 4 minus 0 by 2, which gives 10 by 2, which gives 5. The lone pair will be H minus B, which is 5 minus 4 equals 1. So H5 means sp3 dehybridization with the geometry of trigonal bipyramidal. So you have one lone pair in the system. Lone pair come in equatorial, which is not visible. So the structure will be like Caesar. So Caesar structure can be easily understood by animation. It will be like exactly Caesar instrument. So geometry of SF4 is trigonal bipyramidal. Shape is Caesar. Let us look at example 16. CH4. It's an obvious one. Everybody know tetrahedral. But let us go by our method. Carbon is central metal atom. Carbon valency is 4. Hydrogen atom is 4. So steric number will be 4 plus 4 minus 0 whole divided by 2, which gives 8 by 2, 4. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 4 equals 0. So H4 means sp3 hybridization without lone pair. So structure will be obviously tetrahedral. So both geometry and shapes are tetrahedral. So CH4 is tetrahedral. Then let us look at BCl3. It's a simple compound. Boron is central metal atom. Valency is 3. Bonded atoms are chlorine, which is 3. So steric number will be H equals 3 plus 3 by 2, which gives 6 by 2. So totally 3. And lone pair will be H minus B, which is 3 minus 3 equals 0. So H3 means sp2 hybridization. So geometry will be trigonal planar. Since there is no lone pair, geometry and shape will be same. So shape is trigonal planar. Then let us look at H3O+. Here oxygen is a central metal atom. Valency is 6. Bonded atoms are hydrogen, which is 3. If you substitute in our formula, H equals 6 plus 3 minus 1 by 2, which gives 8 by 2 gives 4. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 3 gives 1. So H4 means sp3 hybridization. So geometry tetrahedral, but you have one lone pair in the system. So lone pair can be anywhere. System is symmetrical. So it will be like trigonal pyramidal. Whole system will be like pyramid. Lone pair is not visible. So oxygen go out of the plane. 3 corners will be on hydrogen. So shape will be trigonal pyramidal. Then let us look at example 19. NF3. Nitrogen valency is 5. Fluorine atoms are 3. So if you substitute in our formula, 5 plus 3 minus 0 whole divided by 2, which gives 8 by 2, 4. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 3 equals 1. H4 means sp3 hybridization. So geometry is tetrahedral, but you have one lone pair in the system. Lone pair can be anywhere since the system is symmetrical. So structure will be like trigonal pyramidal. Nitrogen will go out of the plane. Fluorine occupied the corner of the pyramid. So trigonal base and pyramid at the top. So shape of NF3 is trigonal pyramidal. Then example 20. PCl5. Phosphorus is the central metal atom. Valency is 5. Bonded atoms are chlorine, which is also 5. So steric number will be H equals 5 plus 5 minus 0 whole divided by 2, which is 10 by 2 gives 5. So lone pair will be H minus B, which is 5 minus 5 equals 0. H5 means sp3 dehybridization, which gives geometry of trigonal bipyramidal, but no lone pair in the system. So geometry and shape is same. So shape is trigonal bipyramidal. Then let us look at example 21. Selenium tetrachloride. Selenium is the oxygen group, which is the central metal atom here. valency is 6, bonded atoms are chlorine, which is 4. So steric number will be H equals 6 plus 4 of 0 whole divided by 2, which gives 10 by 2 gives 5. So lone pair will be H minus B, which is 5 minus 4 equals 1. So H5 means sp3 dehybridization. Geometry is trigonal bipyramidal, but you have one lone pair in the system. Lone pair always occupy the equatorial position. If you apply it, equatorial one lone pair 2 chlorine, axial 2 chlorine mean lone pair not visible. So system will be look like Caesar. You can understand easily by the animation and the cartoon. So shape of a CCl4 is Caesar. Then example 22, NH3 simple ammonia. Nitrogen is the central metal atom. Valency is 5, hydrogen atom, which is 3. So steric number will be H equals 5 plus 3 minus 0 whole divided by 2, which is 8 by 2 gives 4. So lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 3 equals 1. H4 means sp3 hybridization. Geometry is tetrahedral. You have one lone pair in the system. Tetrahedral lone pair come anywhere because system is symmetrical. So lone pair not visible. System will be look like trigonal pyramidal. Hydrogen occupy the corner of the pyramid and nitrogen will be the top of the pyramid. So shape of NH3 is trigonal pyramidal. Then water. Water everybody know the shape, but let us apply our formula. Here oxygen is the central metal atom, valency is 6, hydrogen is the bonded atom, which is 2. If you apply in the steric number, H equals 6 plus 2 minus 0 by 2 mean 8 by 2 gives 4. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 2 gives 2. H4 means sp3 hybridization, but you have two lone pair in the system. Lone pair always with larger angle, so it will be on high angle. So geometry will look like bend because you don't see the lone pair, which is small. So hydrogen oxygens are visible. You can say V shape or bend. So shape of the water is bend shape. Let us look at example 24. SnCl3 minus tin trichloride. Tin is the central metal atom. Chlorine atoms are 3. So steric number formula H equals 4 plus 3. Here you have the charge. So minus of minus 1 whole divided by 2. So 8 divided by 2 gives 4. So lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 3 equals 1. H4 means sp3 hybridization. Geometry is tetrahedral, but you have one lone pair in the system. Lone pair can occupy anywhere since the system is symmetrical. So structure will be look like trigonal pyramidal. Chlorine atoms occupy the corner. Tin go out of the plane, occupy the top of the pyramid. Lone pair is not visible. So the shape of SnCl3 minus is trigonal pyramidal. Let us look at example 25, which is PCl3. Here phosphorus is the central metal atom, which is the nitrogen group. Valency is 5. Chlorine atom is the bonded, which is 3. So steric number will be H equals 5 plus 3 minus 0 whole divided by 2, which gives 8 by 2 gives 4. So lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 3 equals 1. So H4 means sp3 hybridization. Geometry expected to be tetrahedral, but you have one lone pair in the system. Lone pair is not visible, so structure will be like pyramid. Chlorine occupy the bottom of the pyramid. Phosphorus go out of the plane will be the top of the pyramid. Lone pair is not visible. So shape of PCl3 is trigonal pyramidal. Then example 26, AsCl3 arsenic trichloride. Arsenic is the central metal atom, which is on nitrogen group. Valency is 5. Chlorine atoms are 3. So steric number will be H equals 5 plus 3 minus 0 whole divided by 2, which gives 8 by 2 gives 4. So lone pair will be H minus B equals 4 minus 3 equals 1. So So H4 means sp3 hybridization. So geometry will be tetrahedral. So tetrahedral on lone pair come means shape will be trigonal pyramidal because lone pair is not visible. So chlorine occupy the corner of the pyramid. Astatine go top will be the top of the pyramid. Lone pair is not visible. So shape of AsCl3 is trigonal pyramidal. Then XeO3, oxygen come in, you should be careful. Xenon is the central metal atom here. Xenon is the inert gas with octet, valency is 8. Oxygen is the bonded atom, which is 0 in the steric number H, but you should count in the lone pair. H equals 8 plus 0, 0 gives 2, 8 by 2 gives 4. Lone pair you should include hydrogen, which is 4 minus 3 equals 1. H4 means sp3 hybridization. So geometry expected to be tetrahedral. You have one lone pair in the system. So geometry will be trigonal pyramidal. Here xenon will be the central metal atom, which is the top of the pyramid. Oxygens occupy the corner. So shape will be trigonal pyramidal. Here important fact is oxygen you should not count for H, but lone pair you should count it. Then SF2O. Here sulfur is the central metal atom. Sulfur holds both fluorine and oxygen, which is on oxygen group. Valency is 6. Fluorine atoms are 2. And oxygen we don't count here. So shape will be 6 plus 2 minus 0 by 2, which gives 8 by 2 gives 4. But lone pair you should include that. So bonded atom is 3. You have one lone pair. So H4 means sp3 hybridization. Geometry will be tetrahedral. You have one lone pair in the system as well as oxygen is the troubled one. So sulfur will be on middle, oxygen, fluorine at the corner. Lone pair is not visible. So the shape of SF2O is trigonal pyramidal. Then let us look at example 29, which is SCl2O. It will be similar like SF2O, only chlorine atoms instead of fluorine atom. Sulfur valency is 6, chlorine atoms are 2. If you substitute in the H, which gives 6 plus 2 minus 0 whole divided by 2, which gives 8 by 2 gives 4. Here we didn't count the oxygen, but for lone pair we count 8. So H minus B gives 4 minus 3 equals 1. H4 means sp3 hybridization, where geometry is tetrahedral, but you have one lone pair in the system. So lone pair can be anywhere. It's a symmetrical one. So shape of SCl2O is trigonal pyramidal because lone pair is not visible. Sulfur will be the top of the pyramid. 2 chlorine, oxygen will be the bottom of the pyramid. So shape of SCl2O is trigonal pyramidal. Then let us look at the example 13, tungsten hexachloride. Tungsten is the D block element. Valency is 6, D4S2. Chlorine atoms are 6. If you substitute in the H, which gives 6 plus 6 by 2, which gives 12 by 2 gives 6. But lone pair will be H minus B, which gives 6 minus 6 equals 0. So H6 means sp3d2 hybridization. Here no lone pair is there, so shape and geometry will be same. Geometry of sp3d2 is octahedral. So tungsten hexachloride is octahedral. Then let us look at PF6 minus. Phosphorus is the nitrogen group, which valency is 5. Fluorine atoms are 6. If you substitute in our formula, you have charge here, which gives 5 plus 6 minus of minus 1 divided by 2 mean 12 by 2 gives 6. So lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 6 gives 0. H6 means sp3d2 hybridization, which gives geometry of octahedral. Here no lone pair in the system, so shape and geometry will be equal. So PF6 minus is octahedral. Then let us look at the example SeF6. Se is the central metal atom which is oxygen group, valency is 6, fluorine atom is 6. So steric number will be H equals 6 plus 6 minus 0 whole divided by 2, which gives 12 by 2 gives 6. So lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 6 equals 0. H6 means sp3d2 hybridization, which gives geometry of octahedral, but you have no lone pair in the system, so geometry and shape will be equal. So sp3d2 mean octahedral, so shape also octahedral. So shape of SeF6 is octahedral. Then let us look at example 33, which is SF6. Sulfur is the central metal atom, valency is 6, fluorine atoms are 6. So steric number will be H equals 6 plus 6 minus 0 whole divided by 2, which gives 12 by 2 gives 6. So lone pair will be H minus B, 6 minus 6 equals 0. H6 means sp3d2 hybridization, so geometry is octahedral. Since no lone pair is there, geometry and shape will be same. So S of 6 is octahedral. Then let us look at example 34. TlBr5 dianion. Tl is the boron group, valency is 3, bromine atoms are 5. If you substitute in our formula, H equals 3 plus 5 minus half minus 2 whole divided by 2 gives 10 by 2 5. Lone pair will be H minus B, which gives 5 minus 5 equals 0. H5 means sp3d hybridization. Geometry will be trigonal bipyramidal, but you don't have any lone pair in the system, so geometry and shape will be equal. All bromines occupy both axial and equatorial. So shape of TlBr5 2 minus is trigonal bipyramidal. Then example 35, silicon hexafluoride dianion. Silicon is the carbon analog, silicon valency is 4, fluorine atoms are 6, you have 2 anion. If you substitute in the steric number, which gives 4 plus 6 minus half minus 2 gives 12 by 2 6, lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 6 equals 0. So H6 means sp3d2 hybridization, which gives geometry of octahedral. Since there is no lone pair, geometry and shape will be same. So SiF6 2 minus is octahedral. Then AsF6 minus. Arsenic valency is 5 because of nitrogen group. Fluorine atoms are 6. So steric number will be 5 plus 6 minus of minus 1 whole divided by 2, which gives 12 by 2 gives 6. Lone pair will be H minus B, which gives 6 minus 6 equals 0. H6 means sp3d2 hybridization, which gives geometry of octahedral. Since there is no lone pair in the system, shape and geometry will be same. Shape is octahedral. So the shape of AsF6 minus is octahedral. Then let us look at the example 37, which is XeF2. Xenon is the central metal atom, which is octet, inert gas. So valency is 8, fluorine atoms are 2. So steric number will be 8 plus 2 minus 0 by 2 mean 10 by 2 gives 5. So lone pair will be H minus B, which gives 5 minus 2 equals 3. H5 means sp3d hybridization, which is trigonal bipyramidal, but you have 3 lone pair in the system. Lone pair prefer to stay in the equatorial form, and fluorine will be an axial. So shape will be like linear because lone pair are not visible. So geometry is trigonal bipyramidal, shape is linear. Then let us look at example 38, PCl6 minus. Phosphorus valency is 5, chlorine atoms are 6. Steric number will be H equals 5 plus 6 minus of minus 1 whole divided by 2, which gives 12 by 2 gives 6. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 6 equals 0. H6 mean sp3d2 hybridization. So geometry is octahedral. Since there is no lone pair in the system, geometry and shape will be same. So shape is octahedral. Then let us look at tellurium hexafluoride. Tellurium is the sulfur group, valency is 6, fluorine is the bonded atom which is 6. So steric number will be H equals 6 plus 6 minus 0 by 2 mean 12 by 2 gives 6. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 6 equals 0. H6 mean sp3d2 hybridization. So geometry is octahedral. Since there is no lone pair in the system, geometry and shape will be same. So TeF6 is octahedral shape. Then example 40, ClF4 minus. Chlorine is the central metal atom. Valency is 7, fluorine is 4. So steric number will be H equals 7 plus 4 minus of minus 1 whole divided by 2, which gives 12 by 2 equals 6. So the lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 4 equals 2. H6 means sp3d2 hybridization. So the expected geometry will be octahedral. In octahedral, all bonds are same. No axial, no equatorial. But you have two lone pair. Lone pair always will be on high angle. So it will be on axial, not equatorial. Shape will be look like square planar since lone pair is not visible. So thus geometry of ClF4 minus is octahedral, but shape is square planar. Then let us look at the example 41, which is XeF3 plus. Xenon is the inert gas with octet, valency is 8. Fluorine is the bonded atom which is 3. If you substitute in the steric number, H equals 8 plus 3 minus 1 gives 2, which is 10 by 2 gives 5. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 5 minus 3 equals 2. H5 means sp3d hybridization, which gives geometry of trigonal bipyramidal. But you have two lone pair in the system. Lone pair occupy equatorial. So equatorial both lone pair and fluorine is there. So shape will be like T shape. Lone pair is not visible. So geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. Shape is T shape. Then let us look at the example 42, which is H3BO3. Here problem is complicated. To make it simple, we should try BOH thrice. So boron is the central metal atom with the valency of 3. OH is the bonded atom, which is 2 atom system, which is 3. So steric number will be H equals 3 plus 3 minus 0 whole divided by 2, which gives 6 by 2 equals 3. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 3 minus 3 equals 0. H3 means sp2 hybridization. Geometry is trigonal planar. So boron will be on middle, 3 OH at the terminal. So shape and geometry will be here same because no lone pair in the system. So shape of H3BO3 is trigonal planar. Then let us look at example 43, silicon tetrachloride. Silicon is the central metal atom, carbon group. Valency is 4, so chlorine atoms are 4. So if you substitute in the steric number, H equals 4 plus 4 divided by 2, which gives 8 by 2 gives 4. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 4 equals 0. H4 means sp3 hybridization. So the geometry will be tetrahedral, but you don't have any lone pair in the system. So geometry and shape will be same. So silicon tetrachloride will be like carbon tetrachloride, tetrahedral shape. Then the example 44, H2S. Here sulfur is the central metal atom, which is oxygen group, valency is 6. Hydrogen is the bonded atom, which gives 2. So steric number will be H equals 6 plus 2 whole divided by 2, which gives 8 by 2 gives 4. So lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 2 equals to H4 means sp3 hybridization. Geometry will be tetrahedral. Since you have two lone pair, should be away from each other. So shape will be like bend because lone pair is not visible. It will be always on high angle. So hydrogen and sulfur look like bend or simply V shape. So shape of H2S is V shape or bend. Then example 45, IF4 minus. Here iodine is the central metal atom, valency is 7, fluorine atom is 4. If you substitute in the formula, H equals 7 plus 4 minus of minus 1 by 2, which gives 12 by 2 equals 6. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 4 gives 2. H6 means sp3d2 hybridization, where geometry is octahedral. So two lone pair in the system, it will be always on high angle. So lone pair occupy the axial. Shape will be like square planar. Since lone pair is not visible, axial position is like not there. So simple square planar will be there. So shape of IF4 minus is square planar. Then example 46. SbF52 minus antimony pentafluoride dianion system. Antimony is the nitrogen group, valency is 5, fluorine atom is 5. If you substitute in the steric number, H equals 5 plus 5 minus of minus 2 divided by 2 gives 12 by 2 gives 6. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 5 equals 1. H6 means sp3d2 hybridization, where geometry is octahedral. Here one lone pair in the system. One lone pair come anywhere because in octahedral no axial, no equatorial. So lone pair can come anywhere. So shape will be like square pyramidal. Lone pair is not visible. So shape of SbF52 minus is square pyramidal. Then silicon hexafluoride 2 minus. Silicon is the carbon group element, valency is 4, fluorine atoms are 6. If you substitute in our formula, 4 plus 6 minus of minus 2 whole divided by 2, which gives 12 by 2 gives 6. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 6 equals 0. H6 means sp3d2 hybridization, which gives geometry of octahedral. Since there is no lone pair in the system, shape and geometry will be same. So shape is octahedral. Then example 48, tellurium pentabromide dianion. Tellurium is the boron group, valency is 3, fluorine atoms are 5. So steric number will be 3 plus 5 minus of minus 2 whole divided by 2, which gives 10 by 2 gives 5. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 5 minus 5 equals 0. H5 means sp3d hybridization. So geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. Since no lone pair in the system, geometry and shape will be same. So TLBRF52 minus is trigonal bipyramidal. Let us look at SF5 minus, where sulfur is the central metal atom, valency is 6, fluorine atom is 5. So steric number will be H equals 6 plus 5 minus of minus 1 whole divided by 2 mean 12 by 2 gives 6. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 6 minus 5 equals 1. H6 means sp3d2 hybridization. Geometry will be octahedral. So SF5, fluorine atom can occupy anywhere. Lone pair also can occupy anywhere because system is so symmetrical and it can occupy anywhere. So system will be look like square pyramidal because lone pair is not visible. So shape of SF5 minus is square pyramidal. Then XeO3, if oxygen comes, careful. Xenon valency is 8 because inert gas octet. Oxygen counted as 0 for H. So 8 plus 0 minus 0 whole divided by 2 mean 8 by 2 gives 4. Then lone pair you should count oxygen, which is 4 minus 3 equals 1. So H4 means sp3 hybridization. So geometry is tetrahedral, but you have one lone pair. Lone pair can be anywhere. Lone pair is not visible. So xenon triaxle will be like trigonal pyramidal. Oxygen will be on bottom. Xenon will be the top of the pyramid. So it will be like trigonal pyramidal. Then let us look at example 51, OF2. Oxygen valency is 6, which is the central metal atom here. Fluorine is 2, so steric number will be H equals 6 plus 2 minus 0 whole divided by 2, which gives 8 by 2 gives 4. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 2 gives 2. H4 means sp3 hybridization. Geometry is tetrahedral, but you have two lone pair in the system. Lone pair will be on high angle. Lone pair is not visible, so it will be like bend, or you can say V shape also. So the geometry is tetrahedral, shape is bend shape. Then let us look at the example 52. ClO3 minus. Chlorine is the central metal atom. Valency is 7. Oxygen you should not count, which gives 0. So steric number will be 7 plus 0 minus of minus 1 whole divided by 2, which gives 8 by 2 gives 4. So lone pair will be H minus B, which gives 4 minus 3 equals 1. So H4 means sp3 hybridization. Geometry is tetrahedral, but you have one lone pair in the system. Where it will come? Lone pair can be of anywhere since the system is symmetrical. So system will be like trigonal pyramidal. Chlorine will be the top of the pyramid. Oxygen will be the bottom of the pyramid. Electrons are not visible. So the shape of ClO3 minus is trigonal pyramidal. Then example 53, CO3 2 minus. Carbon is the central metal atom. Valency is 4. Oxygen you should not count for H, which is 0. So if you substitute in our formula, H equals 4 plus 0 minus of minus 2 whole divided by 2, which gives 6 by 2 gives 3. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 3 minus 3 equals 0. H3 means sp2 hybridization. Since there is no lone pair, geometry and shape will be same. Geometry will be trigonal planar, carbon at the middle, oxygen will be at the corner. So shape of CO3 2 minus is trigonal planar. Then let us look at example 54, SO3. Sulfur is the oxygen group element. Valency is 6. Oxygen is 0. So if you don't count oxygen, steric number will be 6 plus 0 by 2, which gives 6 by 2 gives 3. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 3 minus 3 equals 0. H3 means sp2 hybridization. Geometry will be trigonal planar. Since there is no lone pair in the system, geometry and shape will be same. Shape is trigonal planar. Sulfur at the middle, oxygen at the corner. So shape of SO3 is trigonal planar. Then example 55, SO4 2 minus. Oxygen is there, be careful. Sulfur is the central metal atom, which gives 6. Oxygen should not count is 0. So steric number will be 6 plus 0. Charge 2 is there. So which gives 8 by 2 equals 4. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 4 equals 0. So H4 means sp3 hybridization. Since there is no lone pair in the system, geometry and shape will be same. So shape of SO4 2 minus is tetrahedral. Then the example 56, PO4 3 minus. Phosphorus is the nitrogen group element, which is central metal atom here. So valency is 5. Oxygen you should not count it, so 0. Steric number will be 5 plus 0. 3 minus charge is there. So 8 by 2 gives 4. Lone pair will be H minus B, which gives 4 minus 4 equals 0. So H4 means sp3 hybridization. Since there is no lone pair, geometry and shape will be same. So PO4 3 minus shape is tetrahedral. Then example 57, NO3 minus, nitrogen is the central metal atom, valency is 5, oxygen you should not count, so which is 0. If you substitute in our formula, 5 plus 0 minus 1 charge is there, which gives 6 by 2 gives 3. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 3 minus 3 equals 0. So H3 means sp2 hybridization. Since there is no lone pair, geometry and shape will be same. So NO3 minus shape is trigonal planar. Then example 58, NCH3 tries. Here you should not confuse. CH3 will be considered as one bonded atom. So nitrogen is the central metal atom. Nitrogen valency is 5. CH3 molecule itself the bonded atom, which is 3. So it will be like ammonia situation. So steric number will be H equals 5 plus 3 by 2, which gives 8 by 2 equals 4. So lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 3 equals 1. So H4 means sp3 hybridization. So geometry is tetrahedral. But you have one lone pair in the system. It is not visible. CH3 occupy the corner. Nitrogen will be on middle. So it will be like pyramid. Nitrogen will be the top of the pyramid. 3CH3 will be the bottom of the pyramid. So shape of NCH3 thrice is trigonal pyramidal. Then example 59, SO2. Sulfur is the central metal atom, which is oxygen group. Valency is 6. Oxygen we should not count it. Oxygen is 0. If you substitute in the steric number, H equals 6 plus 0, 0 whole divided by 2, which gives 6 by 2 equals 3. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 3 minus 2 equals 1. So H3 means sp2 hybridization. But you have one lone pair in the system. Lone pair can occupy anywhere. So trigonal planar, oxygen will be on one end, lone pair will be on other end. Lone pair is not visible, mean it will be like bend shape. So the shape of SO2 is V shape or bend shape. Then example 60, SeO3 2 minus. Selenium is the oxygen group, valency is 6. Oxygen you should not count it, so 0. Steric number will be 6 plus 0. 2 charge is there, which gives 8 by 2 gives 4. Lone pair will be H minus B, which is 4 minus 3 equals 1. H4 means sp3 hybridization. Geometry is tetrahedral. So one lone pair there in the tetrahedral system. So selenium on the middle, oxygen at the bottom. Lone pair is not visible, mean it will be like pyramid. The selenium at the top of the pyramid, oxygen occupy the bottom. So shape of SeO3 2 minus is trigonal pyramidal. Then phosphine pH3. Phosphorus is the central metal atom, valency is 5. Bonded atoms are hydrogen, which gives 3. So steric number will be H equals 5 plus 3 minus 0 whole divided by 2, which gives 8 by 2 equals 4. The lone pair will be H minus B, which gives 4 minus 3 equals 1. H4 means sp3 hybridization. Geometry will be tetrahedral. But you have one lone pair in the system. Lone pair can come anywhere since the system is symmetrical. Tetrahedral, one lone pair come in trigonal pyramidal. Since the lone pair is not visible, phosphorus will be top of the pyramid, hydrogen will be bottom of the pyramid. So pH3 will be look like trigonal pyramidal. Then example 62, ozone. Ozone is interesting. Bonded atom as well as central metal atom is oxygen. Oxygen valency is 6. Bonded atom you should not count. So 6 plus 0, 0 whole divided by 2 means 6 by 2 gives 3. Bonded atoms are 2 mean lone pair will be H equals 3 minus 2 gives 1. So H3 means sp2 hybridization, which is trigonal planar. But you have one lone pair in the system. Lone pair can come anywhere. So one lone pair at the corner means system will be like V shape or bend shape. So the shape of O3 will be bend shape. Then the last and very important one, mixture of bonded atom. Here phosphorus is the central metal atom. Bonded atoms are fluorine and chlorine, which gives 5. So steric number will be H equals 5 plus 5 by 2 mean 10 by 2 gives 5. So lone pair will be H minus 5, which is 5 minus 5 0. H5 means sp3 dehybridization. Since there is no lone pair, shape and geometry will be same. So shape is trigonal bipyramidal. But the problem is whether the fluorine comes axial or equatorial. Fluorine comes always axial, which is electronegative. So very important fact you should memorize. So shape of CCl3F2 is trigonal bipyramidal with fluorine at the axial position. That's all from this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestion or feedback, comment below.